Morning guys, so today I'm going to be just doing a little kind of follow me around style video and just a vlog style video, just showing you what a typical day off from uni is like for me, what bits and bobs that I'll be doing. Today's a little bit more exciting than most days off because it's just been my birthday, so I've got some things to sort out. So I'll be showing you that and showing you what I eat in a day and things like that, because I haven't done one of those videos yet and a couple of people have asked to see that. So it's just occurred to me that today probably won't be the best example of what I eat in a day, just because I've got so much birthday food and drink left over that's all obviously majorly unhealthy, that I'm just going to be finishing the leftovers today basically, and so it's not exactly setting a good example, especially as a student nurse. I will do a different one at some point during the week of a genuine, like, honest what I eat in a day, for a vegetarian and gluten-free diet. So breakfast this morning is just a cup of tea, as always. Everyone knows I'm a massive tea drinker, with soy milk in because I don't have dairy. And then for my actual food, I am going to be having a leftover slice of cake. And this cake is like shockingly unhealthy. It's really bad. Just look at that cake. It's white chocolate and raspberry, with obviously a lot of white chocolate trimmings. My mum made this herself because I asked her to make me a birthday cake rather than buying me one, because my mum's cakes are just better than what you'd buy in a bakery anyway. She's an incredible baker and cook, so she made me this cake and it's gorgeous. So I'm gonna have a slice of this now. And then what I usually do once I've made my breakfast on a day off, because I've got a little bit more time, is I take it upstairs to bed and I sit in bed and eat my breakfast and just take my time with it and enjoy it. And I'll usually load my laptop up and I'll just sit and catch up on like YouTube subscriptions and any like relevant news that I'm interested in at the time and things like that. I've had my breakfast now and caught up on some YouTube videos and stuff, so then I'm just going to paint my nails because I took the mustardy colour off yesterday because it had kind of like grown really far up my nail because I've had them on for over 2 weeks. So I've just like filed them down, ready to put a fresh colour on. And then my room's really messy from bringing all my birthday things back, so then I'll just sort that out and then I'm gonna go and try out my new bike, which I haven't talked about yet, which I'll talk about later on. So I fixed my nails up, they're looking much better than they were. The plan now is to sort out that absolute mess over there on my desk, put all of my birthday presents away. I've got some laundry to put away and then some laundry to put into the washing machine. So now that my desk is a little bit tidier, I'm going to be arranging these flowers that I got for my birthday. They're really pretty, and everyone that knows me knows how much I love like fresh plants, like fresh flowers and real plants. I have a couple of fake ones here and there, just because I am literally awful at keeping plants alive, but we'll see how I get along with these flowers. So I should probably now talk about my new old bike. That probably won't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. Basically, for my 21st, I got this bike from my nan, and there's a lot more to it than just getting a bike. So this bike is actually a vintage sports bike, one that's actually for, you know, properly exercising and going on the road and, you know, those long countryside cycles that you see. I've wanted one of these forever because for about like 2 years I was just using my boyfriend's mountain bike. I personally don't get along with mountain bikes very well because I'm really overweight as it is, and a mountain bike is really, really heavy, and they're just not made for the road, they're made for off-roading. So it's not been the most practical thing for me. I love cycling. Cycling is one of my favourite sports, but I have really struggled to love cycling on that bike. So I mentioned it to my nan one time, just out of conversation, saying that I really liked them and I'd really like to get one. I was going to go for a more modern one from somewhere like Decathlon probably, but me and my nan were cleaning out her shed a few months back, and we came across this one, which is the lady version, and there was a male version which was my late grandfather's. My nan and my grandfather used to go cycling together, you know, countryside cycling on these two bikes. I think my granddad passed away 16 or so years ago, so this bike is vintage. It's obviously around a little under 30 years old. But yeah, like I say, I've been sat there for over 15 years in the shed, not being used. Tyres were flat, brakes were faulty and all of that because it's an old bike that had just been sat there. So what I said was, oh, I'll take this with me eventually, and when I've got some money I'll pay to get it fixed up. That never happened. I completely forgot all about it. Like, since I started uni, I haven't been cycling a lot at all. I've only been cycling if it's absolutely necessary to get me to town or whatever like that. So it just completely left my mind that I'd asked about this bike. And so I went over to my family's for the weekend, just gone, as it was my 21st birthday. And usually I get money for birthdays. Because it was my 21st birthday, my family said they wanted to do presents to make it a bit more, you know, personal and special. So we get there, I open all my presents, and then my nan says that she wants to take me outside to show me my present. And I was like, well, what on earth? Like, I was racking my brain. This was the last thing I thought of, absolutely racking my brain. So I stood outside, my whole family followed me out, I had my eyes closed, and she wheeled this bike out, and she's obviously paid to fix it up for me. She's fully restored it. It cost her a lot of money to restore it, but the brakes are back to functioning really well. You know, that's not going anywhere now. It had new tyres, and racing tyres are actually quite expensive anyway. So that in itself, just to restore these tyres, was a job. It's had new gears sorted out, like the chain and everything's been sorted. The seat got replaced, obviously, as it was very old. You can tell here there's a bit of wear and tear from it being an older bike. It's a little rusted in places, but nothing major. And let's just talk about this colour. This is the original colour of the bike, and it's Rally, which is a good bike make. I really love this colour of green. So when I first saw the bike, that's why I said I wanted to restore it. And obviously it's got history, it's really personal to me. So when she wheeled this out, I was just over the moon. I was so happy.
Get off my garden.
I'm filming a video, please stop. Go away, if you're listening to me.
Garden.
That's my boyfriend being stupid. But yeah, so this bike, this was an absolutely amazing surprise. My grandma spent around £150 restoring this bike, which was almost the price of a new bike, so God bless her for doing that. I was just over the moon when they showed me this. I have took it out today for a spin around town. I'm a little bit short, I'm only 5'5", and so with it being a sports bike, the seat's really high and the handlebars are really low, and the brakes on this one, because it's an older bike, around the front. So I can ride it comfortably. The only issue I have is if I need to brake, excuse me, if I need to brake. He's making me laugh again, he's naughty. Yeah, if I need to brake, it's quite a stretch for me. I have to really lean down, and it's like I'm doing a limbo or something. It's crazy, so I look a bit silly on it. I got a few stairs because it's quite a old-fashioned looking bike, but I love that about it. I'm really into vintage things as it is, vintage sportswear especially. So this was just an ultimate present. I was really happy about that. So yeah, that's partly what I did today. Rosie, what are you puppies doing? Hey, come here. Tia and Rosie and Millie Willie. My puppies. Where is he? So well. Don't spy on me. Also don't spy on me. Now I've got to clean out my stinky sons. That's Bandit there. Hello Mr. Bandit. And then peeping at us down there is Mr. Zoom. There's Mr. Rebel. And where's Mr. Flash? Flash! There's a Mr. Flash. So I'm now cooking dinner for me and Kelsey. We're just having spaghetti bolognese tonight. Couldn't be bothered to make anything fancy, but we were both really hungry. I shouldn't be having pasta, really, but I'm really good at avoiding carbs now that I've had a meeting with my GP and talked about my weight and PCOS issues and stuff. So I'm just going to be having a small portion of that, and I'm going to have a little bit more mince instead. Tia, no. So there's minced beef for Kelsey, and for myself I've got Linda McCartney mince, as it's meat free. And then we make the bolognese sauce ourselves with passata and spices. And so the finishing touch to this meal is some vegan cheese grated over the top of my bolognese, and then I'm having some leftover prosecco from my birthday with a little bit of orange juice. I've still got some bits and bobs to do, and it's now just gone 6 o'clock, so even my days off are typically really quite active actually. It's only probably once a week or so that I actually have a day where I just literally sit and don't go out the house or really do too many jobs. So just gonna inventory these clothes here because I use a styling app, which is really handy, and then I'm gonna do a bit of bullet journaling and show you through my night routine. I forgot to mention, I also bought these today whilst I was in town. People that know me know I've got a big thing for organisation and storage and stuff. Basically, I have these drawers from IKEA. Basically everyone has them. They're all, I'd say, pretty organised. That looks messy, but it's only because there's a lot of products. They are organised. Except for this drawer. It's a mess. Just look at that, it's trash. So I bought these to try and organise that drawer a little bit better, because it really angers me every time I open it, and it's a drawer that I use like multiple times a day, so opening that makes me angry. It has now just gone 9 o'clock at night. I've literally only just finished all of my jobs and tasks and running my errands and stuff for the day. Just because, like I say, I was away for the weekend, and that's when I get the majority of my life together. So I've had to get my whole life together in one day instead of 3. So yeah, it's quite a late night for me really. I'm normally bathed and in bed by now, and then 9 till about 10:30 is my relaxing time. That's on a uni night though, really. Usually when I have a bath, I like to bring a book with me. I've just finished a book though today, and I like to take around a day break in between books that I read, just because it's just, a book is quite a bulky thing, and once you've just finished a book, unless like you are a really, really avid reader, jumping straight into another book, it's just commitment. And as much as I am an avid reader myself, I like to just take a day or so in between. So I'll probably start another book tomorrow morning, but yeah, I just want to sit and kind of simmer on the book I've just read. So tonight I'm just going to be having an actual quiet, mindful bath, I think. And I'm having a bath bomb tonight. I've got this beautiful Britannica glittery diamond thing, and I just cannot wait to get that into the bath, because just look how gorgeous it is. Look, you can see some on my fingers already that's rubbed off. Oh, aesthetic. And I'm going to be putting on my pyjamas. These are new ones with little raccoons on, so they're cute. And my candle from IKEA, which I don't have any candles left after this one, which is sad. There's also a boyfriend sat in his chair. The very final thing that I usually do at night. I do this all nights really, providing I'm not out or, you know, doing something. Around 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'll make myself a hot chocolate. I have quite a few hot chocolates upstairs and I just decide on the night which one I want, but the Options white chocolate is my all-time favourite. I've just bought a new tub of it, so I'm going to be having that tonight. I take my hot chocolate up to bed and usually I'll read my book. I'll read a few chapters of my book and then I'll try and get a restful night's sleep. Thank you for watching, anyone that did. If you made it the whole way through, then congratulations. You're actually a true friend. Yeah, thank you.